Howdy, cadre. Well, that just worried me. It looks like we're okay and back in business. Recording confirmed. Yeah, my concern. Minecraft had a big download. Wow, big, 45 megabytes or something. They do stuff in the background. I don't know what's going on. But then I had an error about a driver maybe needing updating. And the game crashed instead of starting. I may. Morning, guys. I think I maybe filled my primary hard drive. That's going down. Well, I guess I'll wait to sleep. I have a clock. Okay. Is there stuff to manage? I want my boat. Wheat seeds? I don't know. I'm not going to the nether right now. Am I? No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to the nether. It's just sort of and I had the seeds on me because I was wrangling chickens. I'm leaving you guys here for this adventure because I'm going out and possibly boating. Alright, that's gonna stop if I... Alright, when did I record last? I'm tabbing over to check. This week has been insane. 4 days ago, at about this time. Okay, feels like a week or two to me. I've been... Oh, this week has been crazy. I've been busy with work, busier with work this week than I have been in a while. I got a tooth extraction Monday, which is a big part of why I haven't been sleeping well. The tooth got pulled just fine, but now the medication is doing weird things to me, and I got a letter from a lawyer, notice to quit my apartment. And annoyingly, it cites a legislative code with the parenthetical "see other side," and the other side is blank. And there's a second page that's blank, and the other side of the second page is blank. So it's like they're playing games with me. Oh, here's another reference to the Michigan Code of Legislation at the bottom. Great. I gotta read 554 and 600. Anyway, so I've been doing research based on this, and oh, I can sleep. Oh man, I love Minecraft because sleep is so easy. It's like when I was a kid. I just lay down, and within like what feels like moments, it's already morning. God, I miss those days. I still occasionally fall asleep fast, and that's part of my insomnia. Sometimes I choose to wait until I feel like I'll be able to fall asleep fast. This is not the fastest way down, but anyways, but I don't want to talk about my tooth. I don't want to talk about sleep. I think the theme for today is my issues with my landlord. What? This is where I want to be. Where do I want to be? Well, the warp room... I really like the warp room. Because at this point, I still don't... I get confused when I get here. I guess I'm facing north when I come in. Which would put the keys this way? No. Wait. The keys are down here. What? That... I've done this to myself before, and I don't like it. Why is there a little trap there? That's the keys, so that's south. So I come in facing east or something? Doesn't make sense to me. But we're trying to go southwest, so... let's get ourselves there. I didn't bring a bed. Alright. What? Minigame. Alright. Some of those might require add-ons or something. Zeta Pier. I think I've gone down the other pier, so let's see what appears at this pier. Yes. That is a new pier map drawn in. Let's start by going south. Actually, maybe I want to get to the edge of the pier. Alright. Zeta? I think... I don't know Greek. It's all Greek to me. But I think it's a soft Z, usually. Like Zeta. We tend to... Yeah, English is so screwy. Because we pronounce letters in so many different ways. And when people talk about alphas and betas, they usually say beta almost like an A. But I think the Greeks pronounced it beta. And it could be pronounced beta. But I don't think anybody but silly people. I'll just say silly people. I don't think anybody says beta. Or maybe... I don't know. I don't know. Look it up. Read a book! That's a joke. It's a pop culture reference, but it also might be an obscure pop culture reference. And it's probably been used in multiple places. I think I'm thinking of the Max, the comic. Anyway, it's also a humorous comment because reading a book doesn't help you learn how to pronounce it unless you really study the front pages of a dictionary. It's easier now with stuff online because you can hit a button that does a robo-speech for you. But even that, do you know it's accurate? Because not just general mistrust of computers, but are they just typing it into the... is it an algorithm deciding how to pronounce it? Do they know what ancient Greeks, how they pronounced it? I don't think we can really be sure because sometimes those things change over time. Or are regional. I mean, obviously, like some things are pronounced differently in Canada than they are in the Midwest, than they are on the West Coast, than they are on the East Coast, than they are in the Old World. But we mapping. So, yeah, letter from a lawyer. It looks like a form letter with just a code typed in, and from my research it's just standard stuff. Like they referenced Do I? I don't... I didn't bring... Okay. I should carry... Are there emeralds around here I could steal? I don't see any. It feels kind of cheaty to me, not that I normally concern myself with that, but with a potential future audience judging me at some point. Oh, so many stipulations, and like I don't think anybody's watching this right now, really. Except for a few bots and a former friend. But yeah, I don't see any emeralds. They tend to use them for garage doors, which is annoying and worthless. I don't see them using them for shipping containers. Although if it seems like if it made a good garage door, it would also make a good shipping container. There's a lot of green, but it's just glazed terracotta, maybe concrete, wool. I don't see emerald. Oh, there's frozen people. God, they're like ghosts. They kind of wig me out when I see them. Hey guys. Was there like a big science experiment that went wrong here? Or something? Are you frozen in place, or... even that makes my heart shake. Like I'm an abuser or something. I don't like the feeling. Okay. Not finding emeralds. So yeah, letter from a lawyer from my landlord on behalf of my landlord. Even that, I don't know what the relationship is really. It could be the lawyer of the potential buyer of the house that I live in. I've been that way far enough. Maybe not south enough. It could be that he's sending the letter on behalf of my landlord just to facilitate the sale, but really represents... I don't know. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and I don't know enough about how the law works generally. What I am good at is research, and I think I'm better than the average citizen at reading legalese. I'm certainly willing to think about obscure words and meanings and things and stuff. You know, the things and stuff. I'm willing to think and research about the things and stuff. Yeah, there's scary things in there, I bet. But my landlord has not responded to what I sent him in writing by certified mail. And his son, who pretends to be the property manager, but takes no real responsibility for it, played dumb when I asked him about it. And my landlord has chosen to ignore my text messages for the last 7 months. And the only call he's made to me in the last 2 years, I believe, was to leave a voice message about wanting me to move out. Anyways, but in that voice message, he said the end of this month, which is July for me. It's probably last month for you. I'm guessing. I've kind of gotten into a rhythm with the recording and uploading with the assistance of my lovely editor. Thank you for your help. We've gotten kind of a flow going. Okay. In fact, I was pleased to see that just today, largely by coincidence, Archivaline 33, Greenfield 33, and Infinite 99 uploaded. So it feels like a day of convergence to me because, well, yeah, just that 33 3 times. I guess that's not much of a convergence, but it's kind of a parallel. 33, 33, 99. There's like a 33 missing, but if I had done all 3 in sync from the start, I guess they'd all be at 33 now. So that tells me I'm doing Archivaline 3 times faster. Hey guy. Are you in a cage or am I? Or are we just neighbors? Briefly. Just briefly neighbors. Fences make good neighbors. I only have 4 arrows. Let's just use 1. Doesn't get your attention. Whoa, lag. Don't like that. And I broke my sword. Okay. It doesn't appear to want to play. That's weird. But I don't mind. It seems to make the process easier, so I'm trying to get the rest of this pier as I go. Okay, alright, yep. You coming? It's like they're having trouble pathfinding with all this tracks, or I don't know. You're having an easier go of it. But you guys are dum-dums. So, landlord, what was I saying? The letter, ignoring my writing. Notice to quit. Oh, yeah, pardon. Yeah, no, I don't want to play. I don't want to play, guys. Not interested. Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. Yep, you guys can climb walls. Well, that got exciting quick. Especially with that spider falling on me by following me over the wall. The doors that, you know what I'm saying. I found it interesting that I was trying to say fall and follow at the same time and failed at both. Okay. I've got a kitty song and stuck in my head. Almost started singing it. But this is not a singing episode, maybe. Maybe that's what I'm deciding already. Yeah, kitty. This is getting closer. Yep. Ow. No, I heard. I should use my shield with you guys more. My old habit is to just try and get a sync going. A synchronicity, you know, get the timing down. Alright. And sometimes I forget about my shield. Oh, I'm back up against a fence. That's not great. I saw the creeper, but he lost sight of me. Alright, then it's you. Whoa, okay. Okay, yeah, big booms. Exciting times we live in. 2020, everyone. 2020, isn't it great? It even carries over into Minecraft slightly. You know, these are the docks. I'm not even going to worry about the damage. We're just collecting random bits to take home eventually. Hey, guy. I have a shield. You ever seen one of these? Is that a no? It sounds like a no. But spiders don't speak English. Oh, witch. Ugh. Not a big fan of the witches. Okay. Yep, we're going at it. Alright, I got the poison. That means I'm at risk, doesn't it? Okay, am I safe? Then I wait for it to wear off. I don't think I'm safe from spiders. And maybe archers up here. Safe from you, though. You dum-dum. You little dum-dum. Maybe I'm safe from spiders. I think there's an overhang. Yeah. I don't like that poison much. Hatred is a poison you drink, hoping the other will die. One of my favorite quotes. And I try to take it by heart and not get too... Oh, is there a little one? Not get too wrapped up. Yeah, there's a little one. Well, I don't want to deal with any of you, really. I guess I can wait for the sun to purge portions. Is that spider? Yep, you found a way up. But I have shield. And wow, they aren't that scary with a shield if you remember to use it. Oh, here, let's try it. Let's demonstrate again. Hey there. Oh, two of you. Okay, yep. Not too bad. The sun's coming up. Tomorrow. Oops. Ah, it wasn't going to be a singing episode. Drat. Bet your bottom dot. Stop it. That's Little Orphan Annie, in case you're unaware. Might be one of the first musicals I ever watched as a kid. Alright, let's get the burning going so I can just deal with the creepers. Burning. The sun'll come up in moments. I guess I want to go down that pier. Okay. Wasn't too bad. Oh, you got some shade, huh? This doesn't seem good. Not the fire. Okay, alright. I think we got it under... Oh, is this... Oh, that's beautiful design. I love it. See, I've been lamenting that, I grew up near Lake Macatawa and Black River, but that's a whole nother story. Lake Macatawa is connects to, with a channel, connects to Lake Michigan, which might seem more familiar to you. I do not have a lot of food. Anyways, the channel from Lake Makatawa to Lake Michigan it's kind of a seawall type of thing like this, where it's pretty high compared to the water level, especially because the water level can change. Sidetrack as we walk around along these side tracks. I wonder if I should be collecting these. For use otherwhere. Otherwhere? Is that one word or two in this dimension? Otherwhere. Elsewhere. Our word here is elsewhere, isn't it? I swear, being a multidimensional seer is difficult at times. And it can make me look really stupid when I use words or phrases from other dimensions. I'm normally pretty good at it, but this week my mind has just taken a beating, lack of sleep, and all this stuff pushing through my psyche. Where was I? Zeta Pier. That's not what I meant. Where was I in my story? Landlord, Michigan codes. I like Sea Pier. I was on a sidetrack, that's right. I like that they put some of these in. And the little gate is pretty cool too. Although I guess what's unusual here is there's no sort of fence or, well, I guess for docking it makes sense. And on a wharf you trust the workers to keep their eyes open and take responsibility for their own safety. But one thing that's annoyed me about Greenfield is there's a lot of places where you can fall off into the water and not get up easily because there's big seawalls. And from my time as a kid, I mean, normally on lakes, you just walk up the beach and you're actually safe in the shallow water before you even get to the beach. But where it dives straight down, it's kind of dangerous if somebody, especially somebody unfit, unhealthy, unprepared, whatever, falls in, and then there's no ladder to get up. So I really like this design. It's cool. I'm glad they put that in. But gotta keep moving. Gotta use the sunlight while we have it. I could steal some wool and make a bed. There even was a handy crafting table, so looks like I need some of this, and boom. Oh, then we won't warp back automatically. I think I should drop that. And I have no space to pick anything else up. But what else? Oh, I had light gray wool. I should have used that. Oh, no, this is what I got from here. So I can just, okay. Problems solved. We're back on track. Seawall done. Good. We're done with the sidetrack. Landlord, letter, Michigan Code of Legislature 554 and 560. pertaining to laws regulating landlord-tenant relationships pursuant to the subsections of the... No, I'm just going off track now. The point was that I owe a lot of back rent, which I'm kind of ashamed of, but you know, the Rona has been a big factor. I took a second job with the U.S. government, and then both of my jobs said, no, we don't think you should be working right now. Hey, chicken. You look like you're having a fun swim. So yeah, and I already was in a pit and trying to work my way out of it. But a big part of what's been going on is I've been playing this game of chicken with my landlord, who refuses to take responsibility for repairs and maintenance. And when I say that, his primary job is running a nursery. His secondary job is running landscaping companies, which is kind of an extension of his nursery. And so being a landlord is tertiary at best. It's a third priority. And I mean, if you're just talking about life priorities, obviously his family is more important than maintaining this property. And his quote-unquote... Do I want to be out or in? In. I want to fill this in. His son, who pretends to be... And I think I said his name in the last one, his last name. But I'm not going to be doing that a whole lot, just because of privacy concerns and because of my job with the U.S. government. I'm more aware of how PII is handled. That's personally identifiable information. Interestingly, your name is public. It's how other people identify you. And so you're actually able to say people's names when you talk about them. Where it gets tricky, though, is when you combine that with other information. And, you know, the internet culture has learned about doxing. To dox somebody is to release PII, in essence. And legally it can be a no-no, but, you know, the internet has kind of just learned that personally it's dangerous. Like, you don't want to cause other people to bring harm to somebody because you've shared their address or something. In my role with the federal government, I could get in serious trouble if I was releasing PII that I had gathered as part of my duties. But right now my work for them has stopped, so I'm still waiting for a call to get reactivated on that front. Anyways, little PII sidetrack from your Uncle Drood. Is that a bit? Oh, that's right. I can zoom in. I think there's just a tiny bit there. Yep, got it. Okay. Is it getting dark again? All right. All right. All right. We're gonna sleep. Avoid the beasties. Oh, that's right. I just punched the bed and then I'm back in business. Respawn set, but then unset. Reset. Gone. Alright. That is such a good little cheaty thing. I mean, it's not a cheat. It's just the game mechanics. I didn't do anything unbecoming. It's not even as bad as hitting F3, which I've talked about. But anyways, can I? Yep. Skills, mad parkour skills. Yeah. So, where was I? What have we? Oh, so yeah, I owe back rent. But okay, so the sequence with my landlord was he left me a voicemail and said he'd be sending a letter. And I waited for weeks, and that letter never showed up. And I guess I want to go up there. Oh, there's emeralds. I'm not going to go back for trades. Although, might be really smart just to grab some emeralds while I'm staring at a huge wall of them. Oh. Don't think I want to open that up. Oh, shield. That's what changed. Alright, that's plenty. I don't need to overdo it. So that letter never arrived, and based on research I was doing and what he said on the voicemail, I was pretty sure that was going to be a notice to quit letter, and I just assumed it would be from him. But now that I've received this letter, which was sent later, it makes me think that probably the first one was sent by the lawyer and never reached me. And I could question whether the first one was ever sent, but I've had a lot of stuff missing. I don't know if it's Rona or if there's some mail thief that's been hitting my street or just my mailbox. I don't know what's going on. The unknowns are difficult to navigate. I can tell you that. And I've been dealing with a lot of unknowns in my life for a long period of time. And I think I've gotten better at and it relates to cognitive dissonance too. I've gotten better at maintaining multiple possibilities in my mind. I can tell you part of that comes from having a relationship with someone who you can't tell whether they love you or hate you. And before you take that personally, I could be referring to my former employer or a variety of other situations, but I'm partly relating it to my landlord too. Not that I would normally refer to a landlord as loving me, but when you're dealing with do they respect me or not? Do they think about me or not? Do they think of things from my perspective or not? It has a lot of similarity. Oh, kelp. I can eat kelp, can't I? Maybe I should gather some of that. Don't need this dirt, of course. That's a pun. It's a homonym, I think. Or a homophone, or a homophobe, or I forget the exact word, but it's something along those lines. Hominid. This makes dried kelp. And I think I can eat that. Can't tell unless I'm hungry. Maybe it's only good for burning and only when it's in blocks. Nope, I can eat it. I think it's just not a very good food, so I don't use it often. Alright, we've come to the edge of the map, I believe. Although I am filling in some of the water. Maybe we should switch to boat. It avoids the monster problem. Yep, and I didn't bring dogs, so that was kind of my plan. Boat it is. Yeet! Then I can focus more easily on my story. Okay, so yeah, I owe back rent, and I assumed that was going to be the basis for the notice to quit. In the voicemail, he had mentioned back rent, but I've been angry about his ignoring my requests for years. And there were several requests I mentioned in a letter to him 2 years ago that I sent by certified mail and have a copy of. And I felt like we were playing chicken. That's what I started to explain. Playing a game of chicken with the law where he's ignoring my back rent and I'm ignoring his failure to comply with statutory obligations of maintenance and repair under Michigan law and local ordinances in Ann Arbor. And interestingly, I don't think he's well versed in the Ann Arbor ordinances because he lives the next town over, lives and works in the next town over. So unless he's done, and he said he owns other properties, but not in Ann Arbor. I think they're all east of here, the other ones. And oftentimes bigger cities or more established cities, more populous cities, and Ann Arbor has a lot of wealth, and with the universities, it has the students from out of town. Anyways, I'm just trying to say that it's stronger legislation, more likely to have strong laws, and that's a lot of what forms different neighborhoods. Is like simple things like, what are the penalties if you don't mow the grass? Or can you leave like items in your front yard and or backyard? And sometimes when you drive to distant places, you'll have culture shock because the laws will be very different. Here in Michigan, we have a lot of laws that protect our waterways. And part of that's because we have a lot of lakes and rivers, and we're surrounded by the Great Lakes, so we're very water conscious. And we have a lot of sportsmen, fishermen, hikers, and people that boat recreationally. So we have rather good laws protecting our waterways. And when I go down south, like to the Appalachian Mountain area, I'm amazed to see people just dumping stuff down by the river, and people will live with cars in their yards, old cars that have been sitting there for 40 years or something, because they just don't have the local laws that prevent it. All right, now I got to choose between going east. Let's finish up the southwest here. And to a large extent, I'm of the mind to each their own. But that kind of creates this culture shock. But I don't think we should have federal laws about those things. I think it makes sense for them to be local issues. Local either meaning state issues or county issues or city and township level. Because really what you leave in your yard, I don't think affects the nation as a whole. I don't want Congress and the president getting involved on nitpicky things like that. Anyways, wow, I'm getting sidetracked on states' rights and stuff like that. But anyways, so yeah, in the last month, I've done a lot of reading about Michigan law and local ordinances, and as a result of that, to protect myself and prepare myself for a possible eviction proceeding, I sent him this letter that outlined 28 points, many of which I had referenced more casually in my letter 2 years ago. And I've now learned that most of those complaints, most of the 28, are Michigan laws or local ordinances that he's ignored. Oh, that was a trident. Trident rue. Trident rue. At least it wasn't a Midas whale. Yeah, those are drowned, gurgling. So, oh, yeah, okay, and under Michigan state law, if he ignores my requests for repairs or maintenance, he has 30 days to respond and correct the problems, or I think if it's not protected by law, he's still supposed to respond and tell me that. I'm not sure about that, but that's why I say most of the 28, because I'm not confident that whole list is actually protected by law. Some of it is just, petty complaints I have that might make my life a little bit more comfortable or whatever. But in any case, the ones that are protected, I'm the victim of his negligence, essentially. And based on my reading, I could be compensated for some of them. And that, in Michigan, is defined, depending on the severity, as a dollar amount or the actual costs incurred. And I say depending on the severity because, as far as I can tell, it's like 2 tiers. For each violation, it's either $250 or $500. And so what you do is you figure out the severity, based on some tiers defined by the law. And then you compare either the 250 mark or the 500 mark with the actual costs I can demonstrate. So, like, just as an example, I had a tire pop because of a fence that was on the property that had fallen down many years ago, like before I moved in even, and should have been secured or picked up because it had loose nails and rotting wood and mold on it and stuff like that. And it may have been the neighbor's fence. It was kind of along the property line, but it had fallen into his yard, so it's a weird gray area about, who's really responsible. And I had talked to him about all that. And, the first time I complained about it, he said, "Oh, that's the neighbor's fence. They just have left it there after it's fallen down." And the second time I complained about it, he said, I asked, should we talk to the city about it? And he didn't want to draw their attention to the area for any reason, really. So he said, it'd probably be easier if I just dealt with it. But then he never did. And then somebody, probably a drunk person walking back from a football game, this is my best guess, I have no evidence, except based on timing. Anyways, kicked some boards loose and over and into the area where I park, and I popped a tire on it, and it went through my sidewall, and I had to replace the tire, and it cost $60 for the tire, and another $15 or something for disposal and mounting. I don't remember exactly. Oops, that was definitely a Trident. Trident Rue. So anyways, in that instance, if I can prove and demonstrate all that, the $60 is less than $250. So I believe I could be awarded $250. If I could demonstrate that in court. And so with a list of 28 violations that he's ignored for years, many of which I pointed out years ago, and many of which have cost me in different ways, but probably few financially that dramatically. But if this is a oil. No, this is the dock. Looks like an oil rig. Few of them would. I don't think any of them would amount to 250 or 500. Although there is a chance if my labor for things that he's been ignoring can be monetized. Like if I make $20 an hour and could claim that every hour I've spent picking up trash, trimming bushes, regrading the driveway, replacing light bulbs, fixing my own plumbing. Like if I could add all that up, I don't know if I could document all that right now, but I could estimate things based on photographs I have and stuff. Anyway, some of that might add up pretty quick, because yeah, I mean 50 hours, well, 25 hours at $20 an hour would be $500. But anyways, it sounds more like on a per item basis, like if that list of 28, and these are just hypotheticals, but if 8 of them weren't protected by law, then there's 20 left. If 10 of those were severe and fell under the 500, and 10 were less significant and fell under the 250, then we're already at $7,500, which would cancel out a lot of back rent. So I don't think he's in good shape to go through an eviction proceeding with me, because what I would do is come in with both of the letters I sent him, the one from 2 years ago that he ignored parts of, and the one from a month ago now. Well, it's less than that, but that's part of the game of chicken we're playing, is that if he continues to ignore my letter and passes the 30-day mark, then I could enforce it through the city, which doesn't really help me much. It would force him to make those repairs within 30 days before he could sell the property, which mainly would just annoy him and take time and money and effort on his part, which wouldn't benefit me in any real way, except if it gave me a sense of retribution or vindication or justice or whatever. But those aren't really my priorities. I think he's a stinky man, and I don't really want to deal with him as an enemy, but I kind of feel like he's the one that's backed me into a corner. Trying to evict me during a global pandemic on short notice, yada yada. And I think he's lost my lease. That's what his son said. But I've read enough to know that, and I still have my lease, but I'm not really sharing that with him yet. I need to get legal advice. I think I'm doing that tomorrow or this coming week. Looking into free legal aid, see if somebody will at least consult with me for like an hour for free. I don't know. I'm worried that everybody that works pro bono might be busy right now because of all the evictions that have built up. There was a moratorium on evictions for a while because of the Rona, but now that that's ended, there's all these evictions occurring of people who lost their jobs, have fallen behind on rent, and also who are suddenly having more severe domestic disputes because they've been sheltering in place, unable to work and stuck at home with their spouse or significant other or whatever. It's caused all sorts of domestic disputes and exacerbated. Oh, what? Fines? This looks pretty good. Yeah, it's causing breakups of people. Can I do this? Can I just hurt myself repeatedly? Oh, I can do it. Excellent. Well, now I'm going... Okay. Anyways, I probably should break this up. I didn't start a timer. I don't know how long I've been going. I could tab over to find out. I guess we're in sunlight. Let's do that quick. 1 hour, yeah. It's a good time probably to start a new episode. Yeah, I'll run this way for a bit. Maybe I'll wait for nightfall and use bedtime to break the episode. Are we getting close? Not so close. Yeah, one of the sidetracks I'd let go of was my recording. As I was saying, my editor and I have fallen into a pretty good routine where I'm in Minecraft, I'm playing one of these 3 worlds at a time for a few weeks, building up episodes, and he's intermixing them. I was going to use Z, and I just can't remember to do that. Yeah, I didn't want to. Okay, I can't. There isn't. Well, I don't even know what I'm doing now. Oh, that okay. My editor. Z has been. Yeah, it's so weird. It sounds like an initial to me, but. And Z hasn't requested that. I'm kind of teasing Zim. Zur? I don't know. I don't know this whole new world of non-binary navigation. And he doesn't. Z doesn't either. I'm just teasing Zur. I guess, yeah, I guess the ambiguity there with Zur is pretty good, because it could be her or it could be Sir. Boy, I'm going on a sidetrack though. We're in a pretty good pattern where he's intermixing these worlds. But I'm recording them in chunks. Which allows me to get some momentum in each world, which I like, and kind of get into character and focus on. I mean, there's pros and cons, because it means when I jump, when Zur uploads are catching up with my recordings, or when I'm falling by, when I'm running out of recordings for Zur to upload. Well, now I want to go on the other side of this building. What? Okay. Then I have to switch worlds before he runs out of content. Before Z runs out of content to upload. See, I'm never gonna get it. No, not this time! Not a singing episode. So my point in all of this. In some ways it helps with the focus, but then it creates a transition when I switch to another world. But I think the occasional transition that still allows me some continued focus is better than if I was recording all 3 interspersed. Because I would constantly, like every time I played, I would forget what equipment I had on me. You know, the compartmentalization between the worlds would start to blur and break down, which reminds me of my multi-dimensional personality disorder, undiagnosed in this realm, but still very real to me. Yeah, I've just been derailed as I run along these rails by my multi-dimensional issues, but otherwhere, yeah, otherwhere, wrong word. It's the right word elsewhere, but otherwhere is the wrong word here. Alright, where... Oh, there's a gate. Excellent. Oh, it's getting night. I was going to do this thing and end the episode. Let's see, I was sidetracked by... Well, I'll sleep and then I'll end the episode. This isn't Archivaline. What am I thinking? Red line. Subway. I could have maybe come down here and that ended the day. I don't really know if I want to be down here. This goes west or east. No, I don't really want to deal with the boomers. The big bada boom. Fifth Element reference. Multipass. Lilu Dallas. So I was going to end the episode. Did I finish my sidetracks? Multiverse? That wasn't the point. The recordings. Yeah. The cadence. I need to switch to Infinite again soon. I think I've only recorded 101, and today we uploaded 99. So this, I might be taking a break from Greenfield for perhaps a month, depending on how things go. And I could slow down on uploads. I shouldn't say that. Z might be listening. Z might slack off, and I kind of like that we've been able to maintain a good pace of like 2 or 3 episodes a day. Ow, yeah, okay, yep. So yeah, if you, he's not. They're not listening. Gosh, I can't get used to that. They're not listening. I could be using they, but I feel that's more ambiguous and isn't as likely to trigger there. I can't even wrap my head around the pronouns. Brand new pronouns with an entirely... I really think that's why it's not going to catch on better, because if me, an intelligent egalitarian who thinks about language and has dealt with seeing through the multiverse, can't keep it in his head, in their head, now I'm referring to myself in third person with gender-neutral pronouns. Yeah, how do we hope, like, Americans to get it and accept it and embrace it? Anyways, that is certainly all a subject for a different day. The point I was trying to finish was something to do with upload schedule, and okay. Oh, and I'm looking forward to getting back into Infinite. I really am. It's I love the little nibbles into brand new worlds. The surrealism of that first step through the portal, the discovery of an entirely different worlds. It really it parallels my MDPD pretty well in a virtual way, but a way that isn't just in my mind. That's visual and manifest and recordable and shareable, and conceptually parallels the multiverse issues that I deal with in my dreams and visions. And psyche. Insert catchphrase here.